Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. Each week on Monday, we come to you with our show Mailbag Monday, and we take viewer mail, a little fun, a little silliness, a little information. Do we guarantee the information?
Not really.
No, we don't guarantee it. We just do the best we can. And, we've lived here 6 years in the Villages, Florida, by the way. Mm-hmm. Where is that?
In the middle of the state.
Middle of the state.
About an hour from Orlando.
That's right.
And about an hour and a half from each coast.
All right. That's exactly right. And a lot of our people that live around here, they know more than we do. So always you're encouraged to comment in the comments. If we blow one, let us know. And if you have a better answer, let us know that too. And we're just so glad you came along with us today because we got a really good show. On today's show, what sealed the deal for us moving to the Villages?
The pools are packed.
Can Middleton and its residents use our amenities? A painful bubble wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. They're the scourge of Florida. Fire ants. You might have them in your yard right now because it is the season for them. Coming up on this week's bubble wrap, I'm going to show you how to get rid of them.
All that and more.
Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
We have begun a Wednesday night live show on YouTube. It's usually 7 o'clock on Wednesday. It's fun. Last week we had Ira Miller on. He's a real estate agent. He's an MLS agent. There are several ways you can buy homes. The VLS is Villages Listing Service. MLS is Multiple Listing Service. And hopefully we can get somebody on from each and share information with you and let you know about the homes that are for sale here in the Villages from time to time. Our poor tree out front. Look at that thing. It's funny though. We'll find cards in our door. People will ring the doorbell. They want to cut it down for us. How many would you say?
100.
100 people have tried to cut that thing down. No, she's exaggerating because that's just the way she is. But no,
we do have a stack of cards. We do.
We really do.
Every time we come home from somewhere, there is a card in the front door.
We actually have already scheduled our landscaper, Alan Vaca Landscaping, to come by and do that when he's doing another little job for us. And he's going to do it. But these people, they see a dead tree, man, they are all over it.
They are. There's a tree. Let's go get it.
That's right. Hey, we need reporters. When you're out in your daily life and you see something cool, maybe it's a big turtle crossing the road. Maybe it's an alligator. It could be anything. Take a video in landscape. Let me show you what landscape is. This is landscape. Your phone is this way. That way we can use it on YouTube. If you do it this way, it can be a Facebook thing, but this way is the best for YouTube. And do it. And if you have an out and about for us, if you go to a restaurant, you think, hey, this is a cool restaurant. Film the restaurant, go inside, film the inside a little bit. Tell us about your meal. Show us eating it.
Yeah.
Show us your dessert. Show us the bill. Let us know, and you can submit that, and we'll check it out and maybe use it for an out and about.
And the same goes for Pet of the Week. If you have a pet, any kind of a pet, we'd love to see that.
That's right. We have a really good Pet of the Week this week, but we don't have a viewer video.
Yeah.
Also, if you have any questions, if you want to know about anything regarding the Villages or just growing old, like I said, we may not know the answer, but we'll fake it and do the best we can, and our viewers will let you know the real answer. So send that in, have a good time with us.
Yeah.
Here's a photo that one of our viewers sent in of this alligator and some sandhill cranes. And this was Sally Priest. She sent that in, and she said that this is a regular occurrence. They have seen this alligator hanging out with these sandhill cranes more than once.
Wow.
Isn't that funny?
Yes. They made friends?
Those babies are so cute, aren't they?
Oh, they are.
They are really neat.
Yes, yes.
Linda's got a bone to pick with the state of Florida.
Someone has proposed a bill to make our driving
How's the speed limit?
the speed limit, I couldn't get that. The speed limit to 75. It's 70 right now, and someone wants it to be 75. Who are you that wants to have it 75? Why? Why do you want old people in Florida driving 75 miles an hour? And you know they're not going to, because right now it's 70 and most people are going 75. If we put it on 75, they're going to go 80 or 85. Why?
Well, who are these old people you speak of?
Well, I'm one. But I'm telling you, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Well,
It's just insane.
also, they're planning on trying to have us have a license plate on the front and the back of our car.
That's right. They can see us coming and going.
I don't disagree with that at all.
No, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
There was a hit and run. A beautiful young girl was struck and went to the hospital and died, and they couldn't catch the perpetrator easily, but they did get him. And so now they think it'll be easier to have it on.
Yeah, because
And I agree.
I think that's a smart idea.
All right. You know I'm on a diet. Me and
Few of your friends, huh?
yeah, four of us are doing it. We got a group called the Chubby Buddies, and we're on our way down. And I want to show you how I'm cutting back. Look at this hamburger I had today. It's actually not a hamburger. It is a roast beef sandwich from Arby's.
Isn't that cute?
I asked for a small roast beef, and boy, did they give me a small roast beef.
They said, this is all you should have.
I just thought it was comical, but that's probably all I need anyway, right?
Our first question today comes from Kathy Barrett. My friends and I were discussing that we haven't seen any charging stations in the villages. Do you know where they are located? Love to see you while we're here.
Well, I made some calls because I didn't know of any, and nobody I called knew of any either. And so I did make a call to one of the village's departments, and they didn't know of any. So it looks like there are none. Maybe they will be in the future, but right now there are none. You know, when they have parking in the square, they could just put a post with a couple outlets there.
Yeah.
But you'd have to figure out a way to charge for that electricity because that isn't free.
Right.
And you plug into it. And I'm thinking for golf carts. I don't know about the cars. I don't even know how they're charged. I
We
think
don't
they.
know either. Do you put your credit card in it when you go?
Yeah, you'd have to do that. But I mean, I think cars are $220. Peter can tell us, and a lot of people that drive EVs can tell us that.
Yeah.
But no charging stations in the villages. So if you have distance anxiety, make sure you charge that baby before you leave home.
Yeah.
Debbie from New York City writes, I don't drive. Would you recommend moving to the villages if I don't drive? Is there public transportation from, say, Amtrak in Orlando? Or would any other location that would get me to the villages? I don't know. We do have two friends that snowbird here, and they do not have a car. So they fly down, they take a shuttle or get a ride to the villages, and then they exist for half a year with no vehicle. So it can be done.
It can be done.
Now they drive their golf cart everywhere.
That's right.
Now you said you don't drive, but a golf cart's fun. I remember when we were growing up, if you were from the Louisville, Kentucky area, you remember Fountain Ferry. You remember Fountain Ferry? And they had the Tin Lizzies. You get in those Tin Lizzies and drive when you're a kid.
Yeah.
That's what a golf cart's like. It's like driving your Tin Lizzie.
Right.
So I would say it's going to be rough. You'd have to have a doctor that can get to by golf cart, or you could call an Uber maybe or a taxi. I don't see many of either one of those. Do you?
No, but I did see on one street down by not Rolling Acres, what's that other street that has the racetrack, Micro Racetrack Road, has a Villages taxi service. There's a lady that has her own business. So I know there's ways you can get taxis, but, and there's also Caring Hands, which is a program that can help you get to doctors and that kind of thing too.
Yeah. Yeah, some neighborhoods have set up their own system to help people. But as far as getting from the airport to here, no problem. There are multiple carriers that carry people by the van load, and there are also private carriers like chauffeur services.
Concierge, what they call them? Concierge drivers or something like that.
That sounds French when you say it.
Did I say it right?
Yeah, fine, whatever.
Whatever. This next question's from Gay Taylor. Finney Pool today, they were at capacity when we got here. Had to wait in line and a bunch of people left, but we stuck it out. Recently, I heard not as many pools down south. I really didn't think it would be true. Well, it is spring break and a lot of kids are here with grandparents and a lot of pools are being at capacity, especially Finney Pool, because that's that graduated pool that you.
The nice one.
It's so nice. It's a lovely pool, so people do like to go there. So I'm sorry for your luck there, but I remember Finney Pool. I went there during COVID, and I think it was right after COVID. They were limiting people to go in. They were counting people to go in the pool.
Yeah, well, the same with your water aerobics.
Yes, they gave you so many people can be in there at the same time. But I don't know how many pools are down south of 44.
Yeah, but there's just as many. I think it's the same. But it may seem like less because they're newer pools and the people are younger. Besides, it's that time of year when you've been inside all winter.
Yes.
I remember Ball State. When it got to be 55 or 60 degrees, man, these young gals came out in their bikinis and got up on the roof and laid out.
We laid on the
And
roof.
we'd be over there watching them. And
You did?
the same way here, people have been waiting to use these pools. Here's a look at our pool. That's right here at the Village of Dunedin, our postal station. And we never have this many people. This is a lot for our pool. John Adams wrote us this question.
John Adams.
John Adams.
Oh, that's very good.
You see what kind of viewership we have?
From the grave.
Do the residents of Middleton pay amenity fees? Do they have access to all the amenities in the villages, just like the 55 plus? Is their ID card different? Okay, we thought we knew the answer, but hey. So we called and we found out that yes, they do have a different ID card. It will not get them into any of the village's amenities. Technically, they're not supposed to use the golf cart trails within the villages. They're not supposed to go to the rec centers. They're not supposed to participate in the clubs on this side. They have their own, and they do the things over there. And we will investigate more into what can they do over there in the coming shows.
It's time for Ask Amy.
Hey, Jerry and Linda. I wanted to talk about a common mistake that a lot of folks are doing these days. We are seeing a lot more often. And this is when a client or a potential client puts their child on the title to their home, so on their deed. This is where they're typically doing this because they want to avoid the probate process. And we understand that is a huge concern for a lot of folks, but there are a lot more simple ways to do that does not open you up to the liability that adding a kid to a deed does. So really, this goes to anybody that is not a married person and adding them to a deed. Be very, very careful when you do this, because this opens you up to that person's liability. So that if that person gets divorced, they go bankrupt, or they get an offender bender and they're sued, this could open you up in your house to their liability and their lawsuits. So caution, caution, caution when doing this. Really, underlying rule is not to do this at all. Of course, everybody has their own situation and that can be evaluated, but typical rule is to not add anyone to the title to your home, to your deed, that shows ownership. It also gives them other rights, like they could potentially force the sale of your house. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, my kid would never do that, but you never know. And unfortunately, we see some really bad things. So be really careful. And remember, underlying rule is to not add an additional owner to your home on your deed unless they're a spouse. Back to you, Jerry and Linda.
Thank you, Audra. That was great. You see, Audra has a new office.
That's cozy, Audra.
She's working out of her car. No, I told her that sound is better in a smaller area like that, and she's tried it out, and I like it. You see a lot of YouTubers and people doing reels and people doing, what's that other thing, Instagram, and they do it in their cars, and it looks and sounds good. So good job, Audra. Always appreciate you guys. They cause a painful sting. But there are ways to eliminate fire ants from your yard. In this week's Bubble Wrap, Peter shows us how.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. I can't tell you how many times I have been bit or stung by fire ants. They're in the yards all over the villages, but there's a simple way to get rid of them. It involves a product called Amdro.
Check out your yard and look for the telltale signs of fire ants. They build dome-shaped mounds from sand and dirt. Some call them red ants, but around Florida, they're simply known as fire ants. They are an invasive species. They may have traveled here from the Philippines. And when they attack, they bite, then inject venom that is painful. Dave Carnes knows this all too well.
What about your fire ants?
Well, I took my blower and I thought I'd just blow all the sand away. But unfortunately, they got all over my legs and I had big old welts the next day.
Fire ants are known to attack small animals like lizards, and during storms, I've seen them form a raft and float around on the surface of the water. The goal is to kill the mound by killing the queen. While avoiding the small hole at the top of the mound, sprinkle Amdro in a circle. The pesky insects will think it's food and carry the poison to their queen. Then it's bye-bye fire ants. The bites and stings of fire ants can cause small welts to appear that last for weeks. Some people are allergic to the venom and may need to go see a doctor. Fire ants like warmer weather just like we do. There are studies going on to see if a type of fly can get rid of the biting ants, but so far it looks like they're here to stay.
A quick sprinkle of this and your fire ant situation is gone. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
We checked, Peter. That Andro product is available at Lowe's, and the secret is sprinkle it around that mound, not on top of it. I would have poured that right down the pipe on those things.
You probably-
But we're going to put it around, aren't we?
Yeah.
Thankfully, we haven't seen fire ants here in our yard. It's time for Pet of the Week.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. This is Ferris. Ferris lives in Northern Virginia with his mom and his aunt and his cousin, and he likes to hang out in his cat room. He enjoys just hanging around, hunting a little bit, getting lots of treats, and just generally looking pretty. He's about 4.5 years old, and he's a happy-go-lucky cat. He's trying to play hard to get right now. He doesn't want to do anything active right now, but perhaps we'll get him to do a little bit of something fun. Oh, and he's saying hello to all of your viewers today. So he's a pretty active kitty. He likes high places and generally just hanging around with his family. He watches you weekly and really enjoys everything that you do on your channel. Thanks so much. See you when we get there.
Wow. We don't get kitty cats that often, but if I was a cat, I want that house.
That's a lovely cat, and what a nice little playground
That's
it
a
has.
beauty. I would consider a cat like that. And
Yeah.
I would build it the greatest little play up to go out of our lanai. I'd have little things just like
a
that.
gerbil cage.
Well, you can tell that is a well cared for cat and a real beauty. Thank you. And remember, we need pets of the week. So send those in.
Well done.
Bob R. sends in a question. He asks, what sealed the deal for you when you were looking at the villages? You want to go first?
Well,
For you?
for me, when I walked into this house, it sealed the deal when I saw my pantry closet.
She wanted a house with a little pantry. Now, believe me, we know people with super pantries.
Yeah,
And that's really causes her some envy.
yeah, I do.
But there's one here that she can use, and she loved it. We love the rest of the house. But for the villages itself, I think that's what they meant.
Well, the cleanliness of it sealed the deal. I mean, I felt like I was living in luxury. I really did. I felt like it was well kept, and there was pride here. And I felt this is a lovely place to be.
Yeah, it is. And that is a real good impression when you come in all throughout the villages. You know, the beautiful grass. It's green most of the year, and it's a little less green in the winter, but it's still green. And the shrubs look good. The palm trees look good. It's just it's a beautiful thing. For me, I remember going down Torch Lake Drive. You've heard me say this before if you're a hardcore listener, watcher, listener. The golf
viewer.
carts. The golf carts lined along those streets. They are just magnificent. Everybody's ridden in a golf cart before. But back in Indiana, they didn't have sunbrellas down on them. They didn't have turn signals, headlights,
Wow.
seat belts, windows that fold down. It's a joy to drive them. I love it. I've often said if they took that away from the villages, I'd probably look for somewhere else to live.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. This next question is from Marcy in Baltimore. I am not in very good shape. Do you think you can get in shape if I come to your place? I am 52 and a bit overweight. Well, I think every one of us has that in our life that we want to get back in shape, because you go through those moments and those times in your life when you're going up the scale, down the scale, up the scale. But yes, you have the opportunity here in the villages, more so than anywhere else, I believe, because you have so many trails to walk, you have so many activities to do, you're out and about, you're playing bocce, you're doing shuffleboard, you're riding a bike, walking trails. It's just easy to get in shape if you really want to do it.
Yeah, that's the key. You have to want to do it. I'm still looking for that want.
Yeah.
We get set in our ways, and I mean, I've become very sedentary, working on this blog hours and hours every day. But the more I get out and do, the better you feel. And I think if you make up your mind to do that, you'll be in good shape here. But if you come here expecting the air to make you get in shape, it's not going to happen. You got to get out there and do it.
Yeah, that's true.
This is an interesting letter we got this week, and it's from Judith. And Judith said what we've been hearing from a lot of people, so please check this. It would really help us out. Dear Jerry and Linda, I'm a longtime fan since the beginning. Today, March 17th, I noticed I wasn't subscribed. You know what? That is it's an epidemic, and it's happening. Not just to us, other YouTubers as well. We don't know why it's happening, but it is. So we encourage you to make sure that you're still subscribed. We have 71,000 loyal subscribers, and we appreciate that so much.
Absolutely.
But a lot of you join every day, but we've noticed that total is not going up. So we think as some people join, either other people are dropping out on purpose, or somehow YouTube's letting them slip off. So make sure that you're subscribed, and you'll continue to get our stuff. And it does help us. And besides, we want 100,000 subscribers.
That's a pride thing right now.
That's right.
It's time for Word Jumble.
Well, last week we gave you one, and I think everybody got it. I made it too easy. There's a fine line between too easy and having people throw darts at your face. So everybody wants to get it. Last week the clue was we sprang and later we will fall. Spring forward, fall back, daylight savings time. Today, the clue is hopefully better than ever. Now that's a weird clue. I hope that you'll get it. If you do, don't write the word. Give us some more of those brilliant, witty comments that let us know you got it without letting us know you got it. They are so fun to read, and we appreciate every one of you doing that.
It's time for Sweet and Salty.
As always, we let the sweet do the sweet.
Woohoo! This sweet comment's from Evan Fox. Like I've said before, though I don't live in the villages, I just love watching the show because you two are so real. If I lived there, we'd be good friends. Evan, I think we would be good friends.
I think we are good. We can be good friends. Well, thank you, Evan. That was nice of you. That makes us feel good when people, we bump into them in public and they say, we feel like we know you.
Yeah.
We feel like we're friends. We know everything about you. So that's good. On the other hand, there's Eileen.
Uh-oh.
Eileen says, I gave this video a chance. It's 10 minutes of uselessness. Stop wasting our time. Never again will I give you a chance. Gosh, that video that she commented about was 40 minutes long, and she watched the first 10 minutes. I don't know. There are lots and lots of videos that I, click on, don't like, get out. But never have I been heartless enough to write the creator of that video a comment that says, basically, I hate your stuff and I'm never going to look at it again.
No more chances for you.
No more chances. But Eileen, I promise you one thing. If I come across you and you've got a flat tire or your cart's broke down somewhere, I'll stop and help you.
He will. Like I say every week, you're going to enjoy the entertainment here in the Villages, be it the theater, all the venues, the restaurants with live music, the squares. Please take part in all of these things. At the Savannah Center this week on March 26th is Jay and the Americans.
This magic moment.
Go for it, Jerry. Yay. You can be Jay.
Jay's dead, but somebody's doing that part.
Okay. And then on April 1st through the 3rd is Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 musical. So that's going to be good. Go ahead. 9 to 5. And then if you go to the Tracy, and that's near the new high school, from March 25th and 26th is Leonid and Friends, and we're gonna go. I'm excited. Well,
I'm not going.
I'm going. I'm going with my.
She's going with her girlfriends.
I'm going with the girlfriends. So we're gonna have a great time that night.
I'm babysitting that day.
And on March 29th, Dixie's Tupperware Party. I have never seen Dixie's Tupperware Party, but I read about it in the newspaper. The Daily Sun had a big article on it last week, and it sounds like a fun show. Then we're going to go to the Sharon. And on March 26th, the Velocity Irish Dance. And
is that featuring David Genie?
David, yeah, but I don't know if that's the word. I can't read. He's reading over my shoulder. Okay. And then on March 29th, WWDD, it's a tribute to Dolly Parton. Double D. And
you already mentioned Dolly Parton.
Well, I know it must be her. It must be her week. I don't know. Anyway, on March 30th, 3 Dog Night. And
for our thumbnail this week, could you dress up like Dolly Parton and we could take a picture to put on the thumbnail?
That would be fun. No, thank you. Then at the Studio Theaters is a great place to see a wonderful play on a small scale, that probably 100 seats maybe. And it's going to be called Qualia, and that's from April 1st to the 26th. Mm-hmm. Now, in March, the March 19th to the April 22nd, you can renew your subscription to the Studio Theater. And new people that want to get their subscription can start buying theirs on April 23rd. So that we've never been to a subscription to that, but we should try that, Jerry. I would like to go to all the plays.
That made me tired.
I tire you out. I know. Sorry about that, everybody.
And now it's time for Jerry and Linda's shoutouts.
Hey, listen, we want to tell you, we're not really here.
We're not?
I mean, we are here. We are here. But it's not really Monday morning for us.
Yeah.
It's Friday night, because Saturday morning at 5 a.m., we're leaving for Indiana.
Yeah.
And sadly, we're going to tell you, we're going there for a memorial service for our brother-in-law, Tom.
We're going to call it the Celebration of Life.
Celebration of Life, yeah. And you guys saw him on a couple of videos we did back last summer. And he absolutely loved it here.
He did.
And when he suddenly, very suddenly, this active man got sick, you guys reached out and sent him hundreds of cards.
Yeah.
And I want to tell you, he called us the Monday before he passed away. Mm-hmm. And he was happy because he had just gotten a good report from the doctor. Mm-hmm. And he was on cloud 9, and he was wanting to come down here and stay with us. And he told us that he wanted me to personally thank every one of you because your cards and letters made him feel so good. Mm-hmm. So he didn't make it. He went really quickly after that. He thought he was coming home and going to come down here, and he was even talking about going on a cruise with us.
And I thought they were going to buy a house here, actually.
Yeah, but it just made him feel so good that you cared. So I saved that for the end of the show today because I know if you've made it through this entire show, you truly are one of our top viewers.
Yeah.
And you knew who we were talking about.
Right.
And you very likely sent him a card. So thanks to every one of you.
Absolutely.
Now, these other folks that are up here now, these are great viewers as well. And they've sent in pictures, which you can do too. And we would love to put your picture up there. I love to see those pictures. Just do that and we will feature you in a Mailbag Monday because we genuinely love to see you. And sometimes it helps me recognize you. And later on, I can put a face to the name.
That's right.
Well, I guess that's going to do it for this edition of
Mailbag Monday.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends, neighbors, relatives, and everybody you know. Until next time.
See you when you get here.